Hello everyone, this is going to be a pro guide for the Vintage Open, and just going to get entered in here. Let's see where we're at. I have two bags set up. I'm gonna alternate between Thor 4 and Extra Mile 6. Really doesn't matter to me which one I use. Aside from that, I'm gonna try to stick to some Titans, some Quasars, some Navigators, something like that, if at all possible. Those are my balls of choice for pro. Having all sorts of problems with this game today. About fed up with it. Thank goodness. Alright, so which one of these has more top spin? Both about the same. Distance doesn't seem to be a contributing factor here. Go ahead and switch back to the Thor's hammer. What I'd like to do, I'd like to put some curl on this. So maybe try to land it right around here, I'm thinking. I'm essentially playing the wind, and I'm going to probably stack one bullseye on top, kind of like somewhere in here. That should be enough. Decent bounce. Got to get a little bit more aggressive with that aim. It's really not going to cost me in terms of, it's going to be hard to make this one. I'm going to have to get just a little bit more aggressive. I believe I landed somewhere right around in this plane. So if I can set up and maybe get, 3 or 4 rings inside here and just kind of slide it in just up here, that's going to be what's ideal. Another thing that you might need to think about is maybe trying to do it with an Apocalypse. I could probably have enough curl that I could actually land where I just did with Apocalypse, and it would probably actually shoot right up here. So either or, you'll probably want to go for that kind of full type hook situation. It's going to create some extra momentum, get your tee shot down here a little bit farther. Here you can see the opponent is just keeping it in. So as I mentioned, maybe about 3 extra rings, but I would have probably had some extra length on him because my ball was coming in much faster. I would have been up in here. And when you can get up and do that extra length, you definitely give yourself an advantage. So this is going to be uphill. You can see kind of in the neighborhood of 40% club. Of course, I can use the notebook if I would like for 40%. Sand wedges are usually very, very good. Might be something that you want to do. As I mentioned, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 40-ish%, somewhere in here, so 2-ish rings. So I'm just going to pull up 2 rings here. You can see I'm getting tight on time. Looks like I was just a hair early. I didn't want to run out of time, so I did just kind of, just get that on the trigger. You could see, with perfect ball, it was going to give me a good chance. You can keep that in mind. What you just saw me do, what is that? 2 rings is 3.6 per ring. So you can just use that adjustment if you'd like. And, if you're in that bunker, again, just use 3.6, 3.5, 3.6 per ring is your ring adjustment for wind. So if the wind's 5, go a ring and a half. If the wind's 7, go 2 rings. You get the idea. And that's what you'll want to do, just in case you're in that same spot. Ideally, you're going to want to try to hone in on that a little bit, try to make a little bit different correction on my shot, try to come in a little bit. If you can get that position in the fairway, you can give yourself a really good chance for a short iron pitch. Probably use a Hornet would be what I recommend. So good luck with that hole, guys, and see you on hole 2 momentarily.